What up, everybody? This is Moses Johnson here on another episode of Prosperous Roots. I'm sorry for the delay. I know I took a couple of weeks off with my video recording. It is due to I couldn't find a good topic to talk about, but I'm always living, I'm always doing new research. I figured I'd just go ahead and just have a free thought and just talk about whatever comes to mind. So I didn't want to leave you all behind with such knowledge. So the first thing I want to talk about is if you're going to do a diet, make sure you make it a lifestyle change. The thing is with diets, it's this thing that where you think it's going to work and you see results while you're on a diet, but what happens when you're off a diet? You typically go back to your old eating habits. So if you're going to do a diet, for better terms, make it a healthy lifestyle change, and you want to eat as healthy as possible while you're living. I know everybody has different financial situations, and healthy foods can be hard to purchase sometimes, but managing your money is a big thing, and spending your money wisely is a big thing. We tend to be emotional spenders, and it's all around us. We have all this marketing schemes that play on different demographics and psychographics and things like that, so they know how to target you based on your demographics. That's what I'm trying to say. And they get you to purchase all these foods and perfumes and clothes and things you probably don't really need necessarily. Those things are a cover up, and they make us feel good about ourselves versus actually getting rid of the problem. The problem is you're not eating healthy, and as a result, externally, you see that you're gaining weight. And what we try to do is we try to make ourselves feel good about what we wear, what type of colognes we put on our body, and things of that nature. But the thing you want to do is you want to make a lifestyle change so you can get rid of the problem, so you can get rid of those bad eating habits. You want to get out into the sun, get your vitamin D, and make sure you're staying active. You're going to have to be the person, your biggest motivator. So when you coming out here, I'm just going to give you an inch, but you have to take authority of your body and your healthy lifestyle. Oh, the camera is let's go back this way. Everybody can see me. But yeah, you have to take control of your health and your wealth, because your health is your wealth, and you want to make money and be able to survive in this world. We can't put health second. I know your people and your jobs, they'll run you crazy, having you working these hard jobs for low minimum wage. It's ridiculous, but putting the right things in your body can really help you get through the day. A lot of people don't think that marijuana is not a drug, or they don't look at cigarettes as a drug, but the definition of a drug is anything that is isolated and concentrated. So think about that. Tobacco is a leaf. It's been isolated out of its form. Heroin, that is extracted from the poppy seeds, from the poppy plant, extracted. And when you light it on fire, the same with nicotine, same with marijuana, which is a part of a plant. Once those things are extracted and then concentrated and lit on fire, those things are a drug. You have altered nature. Those are not in their natural state. Same with cocaine. When you extract the cocoa leaf and then process it and concentrate it and light it on fire, that is considered a drug. Anything that alters your mind state, that is a drug. So stay away from drugs as much as possible. They change the chemistry of your cells and lead to cellular malfunction. So people may think cocaine, or since you don't do crack or heroin, you think cigarettes and smoking weed and drinking alcohol is not a drug, but it actually is. Even with alcohol, alcohol is from certain, like the agave plant. Those plants to make alcohol are fermentized and turned into sugar and other things, and that's how you make alcohol. Sugar is even a drug. Sugar comes from a plant, and it's isolated and concentrated. It's heated up to a certain temperature so it can form those little crystal looking like things. All of this is drugs. And when I say sugar, I mean the man-made sugar, not the natural sugar that come in fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about man-made sugar. All of those are drugs. They have done studies and found out that sugar affects certain parts of your brain 10 times, just as bad as cocaine, even worse. And they have done studies on this on lab rats and show how addictive sugar, man-made sugar, can be compared to cocaine. It's far more addictive. So a lot of you having trouble losing weight is really because we are sugar addicts. And sorry to say, a lot of the foods that we eat that are processed, they are packed with sugar. So it's hard to get away from that. And what you want to do is you want to limit your intake, and you want to meal prep. You just want to encourage yourself and just be on yourself. Before you put something in your body, say, is this what I'm putting in my body doing justice for my organs? Is this bringing me happiness, peace, equality to my temple? Your body is a temple. You must take care of it. I don't care what nobody says. This is your temple. This is where, when you take care of this, and you can live a prosperous life. That's why I chose the name Prosperous Roots, because you got to know where you come from and where you're going. So always stay encouraged. Always drink water. Definitely drink water. It's hot outside. You're sweating. Make sure you drink a lot of water. You want to have enough water for those cells in your body so they can function. And that's all I got for today, man. I'm going to try to, going forward, I'm going to talk about and break down the detriments of each drug. I'm going to go into more details. I think that's important that we understand how detrimental some of the bad habits that we have are to our body. Because we can eat healthy all day long, but if you don't get rid of the toxins that you're putting in your body, you're not going to see big results. It's like somebody trying to, eat fruits and vegetables, 24/7, but you're always smoking cigarettes, and you live in a sedentary lifestyle. You're turning up with your homeboys drinking alcohol. And since I talked about all those other drugs, I might as well talk about alcohol too. Alcohol, it affects your cerebellum, which helps with your balance and your coordination. It impairs your judgment. It's really hard on your liver. I've always told people, if you save your liver, you save your life. Your liver is like the main organ that detoxes toxins and whatnot, and it's very, very vital to your health. And that's the main thing that alcohol takes out, is your liver. It makes your liver have to work twice, hell, 3 times as hard just to get rid of the toxins and alcohol. And not to mention, alcohol is a diuretic, so you're always going to the bathroom, you're losing water. That's why I have to be on top of y'all about drinking water. And get the right water. If you're going to get water, get alkaline water. Get Fiji water, Aquafina. Tap water, you can't really trust it so much. But if you're drinking tap water, make sure, what I do is, I put some lemons in mine. I put lemon water in mine and make it an alkaline drink. When you add lemons to water, it makes it an alkaline drink. So that alkalizes the body, and your body in an alkaline state helps you from getting sick, if that's clear. But man, it's hot out here. I just wanted to give y'all a quick video. I don't even know what I'm going to name this. This is just free thought. Hopefully this helps. I don't want to leave y'all in the past. We got so much interesting things going on in this world. Make sure you keep reading, be inspired. Make sure you travel the world. That's the biggest thing you want to do. You want to travel the world. You want to get out here and see this beautiful world. Look at this. All this beautiful nature. Sometimes we got to put the apps down and, really enjoying life. The millennials, things are just getting real crazy. It's like we got to keep in touch with all these apps. I deleted all of my apps because I wanted to really interact with people and see how that feels. Even though I'm pretty good with keeping in touch, but just imagine how much you don't communicate face to face with all these apps. You know what I mean? It's like even with food. Remember back in the day we used to eat at the dinner table? Now we're eating in the car, on the couch. Things have really changed, man. And it's only going to get, I'm not going to say worse, because technology has always advanced society, but it's going to get weird. And you must be able to know how to adjust. So just like this, everybody's not practicing agriculture in the world, but that's something you want to look into. You want to be able to grow your own food. You know, when you're able to grow your own food, that's power. Not having to depend on Kroger, Sam's Club, and Walmart, that's power. But that's all I'm going to leave y'all with, man. This was just a free thought. I just know I was kind of rambling, but hopefully you get the picture. I'm out here exercising. Hopefully this motivates you. This is the best medicine right here, man. The sunlight. But anyways, I'm going to go and holler at y'all later, man. Y'all have a happy 4th of July. I will holler at y'all later, and peace.